course. Great. All right. We'll go live in 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Welcome. Welcome to In the Know with Steph and Joe. In the Know with Steph and Joe is all about small business development. These two entrepreneurs bring real life experience, laughter, and, well, just a ton of knowledge and how to build your small business and make it thrive. This is your creation. Let it make some money for you now, for crying out loud. Of course, In the Know with Steph and Joe brought to you through the financial support of our good friends over at Restoration One, Steph's Books, and epicmediainc.com. Today, it's all about personal development. And as you can see on screen, of course, we've got Deer Park Chiropractic, a real life doctor in the house. Everyone, good afternoon.
Real life?
Real life. She doesn't just play it on the radio.
Alive?
In the flesh.
She doesn't just play it on the radio.
That's sweet. I love real life doctors.
That's
Hi, Jen.
Hello, so Michael Salerno. I know Mike, thank you. I do look good. Thank you, Michael. I look great. I appreciate that.
Can I give a shout out? Can I just say,
Go ahead.
hi,
go ahead.
honey.
Oh,
Love you.
Boo. Hi, sweetie pie. Today, the topic is personal development. We have a lot to go over. We all need some development, don't we?
Personal.
Yeah.
Every
personal?
day.
Just personal?
Just personal.
When I was
Just
Googling stuff in the green room, learned so much. I cannot wait for this now.
She's like, did you know this? I'm like, yeah, Steph. You've never tried to personally develop yourself?
No, I
Clearly not till today.
I clearly needed this show. Clearly.
So
I am so ready to learn.
All right. What do you want to learn about?
I don't know. I found this website that has 21 different things.
All right. First off, before we get into 21 different things, let's just, Doc, please introduce yourself, who you are, company, where you're out of, all that jazz, how people can get a hold of you.
Lovely, Joe. Thank you. Thank you guys for having me on the show too. This is cool. Dr. Serena Kleinstub, Deer Park Chiropractic. We are located back behind the Deer Park Mall in Deer Park, Illinois. You can get a hold of us. You can either go online to our website to schedule an appointment. It's deerparkchiropractic.com, which is up there on Facebook. And you could call us at 224-848-6003 or text us also to make an appointment.
Did you memorize that phone number? I mean,
I have
mine memorized, but I always look back here when I have to read my phone number and say who I am. I always look back at this and go, all right, I'm Joe Turner.
You're not behind Dick's. You're
I am behind
the sporting goods store.
Behind the mall.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah.
And where that big the new apartment complex is
going to go in?
It's towards the end of that complex in a business building.
Oh,
really nice building. Yeah.
Know right where you're at. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're
Hi,
just north of. Hi, Linda. I love you too, babe. Thank you, Michael. I love you, babe. So I have been going to the doc for a long time. I believe in personal development and keeping my body healthy, making sure. I know she won't break any HIPAA laws, but I'm going to say it. I have a lot of structural issues in my body due to my childhood and the way I grew up. So I've been seeing a chiropractor, not just her, but multiple chiropractors for many years. And I believe in taking care of my structure because that is what fuels and feeds and makes sure the rest of my body functions well. And I'm flexible and all this kind of stuff. So, we love the idea of this personal development. every business owner tends to lose that. You know, Steph said just in the green room and before, I just looked it up and went, holy crap, I want to learn about this. I want to learn about, so like everybody gets lost in that here or there. Ken, you and I mentioned to you in the green room that you and I, you are going through something, and I want to ask you about your process of that, because that's personal development. That is making yourself better. So let's dive into it, Steph. What do you got? What do you want to know? Or Doc, do you have anything
what
you
are
want?
your like top 2 or 3 things that you integrated into your everyday life that you do? Like, are you one of those people that kind of wake up early and have that quiet moment?
Absolutely not.
No? Okay. So,
that was quick.
So what
Really?
are your things that you use? What are your tools?
Sleep is very important to me. And a lot of people don't get enough sleep. So that's why I am not a morning person. And eventually I will develop myself to be a morning person, but I don't think you have to be to do those things.
So
and
are you a night person? Do you stay up late?
No, not that either. I go to bed at 10:30 every night.
That's late. Well, okay. So
That's late.
That's late to me.
Yeah, Joe goes right after Wheel of Fortune.
Because you get up at like 4 a.m. But I can't
thank
do
you.
that. Because
Yes.
if I did that, I would pass out by 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
So
I can't do that.
A question from a listener. The real question is, what is it, Palmer or National?
It's neither. It's Parker.
Parker.
And it was Parker College of Chiropractic in Dallas, Texas.
Dallas.
Now it's Parker University.
How about that?
Hey,
good question.
Hey. Look at this astute scholar over here behind the camera.
It was a listener.
Oh,
I can't take credit for it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because we don't know. We can't see those questions coming up.
Right.
That means hello, fellow chiropractor, because they know what they're talking about. Yeah.
Impressive.
Cool.
Impressive.
So, okay,
listeners.
so then since you're not the morning person, so then of this list of 21 things, what are your top 2 things?
I didn't see your list of 21
Wait,
things.
It's like so many different things, but what is your
my
kind
top?
of things?
The top thing is movement, and it could be any kind of movement. It could be stretching, it can be exercise, but it's something that I wasn't doing for a while. I wasn't taking care of myself, and that is very important to me. Yeah, exactly, Joe. Like taking care of yourself, going to the chiropractor, get adjusted. You have to. You have to move. Get your blood flowing. Get your blood flowing to your brain. Get it flowing to your muscles. Another one is reading. Like, I'm always learning, constantly learning. I'm reading 7 different books right now, I think.
Yes.
And yes,
Whoa!
It is.
Whoa!
I never
I
thought.
choked on that. 7?
I always used to be the person.
How do you keep track of them?
I don't see. That's the thing is, I used to think that I needed to finish one to start the other. And I ended up putting so much pressure on myself just to do that. And I wanted so much to start the next one. So I ended up just starting the next one. And then it just grew from there.
So we have another question. Eric wants to know if 12-ounce curls help.
No, but 16s do.
Hey.
16-ounce curls.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
Truly,
I mean,
truly, you just.
Sometimes I tell my patients to do a 5 or an 8 pound.
That's
so
right.
I think he's Eric's. I thought White Claws were like 14-ounce cans.
Oh no, they're like 8-ounce.
Maybe
cans.
it was a Truly.
Yeah,
maybe.
Eric, I'm pretty sure White Claws are 8 ounces.
Because Truly is keto, so it's
oh, that's cute. That's nice, Eric.
Okay.
So
we got movement, we got reading, and then what's something else that you do?
Another thing that I've been working on is like growing spiritually. So going to church, reading scripture, and I do that on my phone. Like, and that could be anything for anyone. That could be religion or it could be meditation. You could have your own. Yeah, you could have your own thing. You could do both. I mean, it's to each his own, right? You got to pick your favorite thing.
One time I tried meditating and I discovered it wasn't for me, but maybe I just did it wrong.
Why did you think it wasn't for you?
Yeah,
though?
I'm curious why.
Because I couldn't
did
turn
you get
my mind off.
I was gonna say
the guy was on the talking, whatever, and he's like, "Okay, lay down and close your eyes and take a deep breath, and you've earned this quiet time." And he's like talking very slow and like very like elongating his words, and I'm like sitting there, and then I'm like thinking like, okay, this has to be like coming to an end. I've been sitting here for at least like 17 minutes. And I looked at my watch. I like peeked my eye, and it was like a minute and a half. And I was like, oh God. I was like,
see, and here
I was like, I gotta be doing like I have so many things I'm thinking about, like, okay, I'm sitting here, but I gotta do laundry, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Like I couldn't turn my mind off.
Maybe what it was that, see, in my mind, immediately when you said you failed at meditation, I thought, all right, you got high and fell asleep. But like maybe you just didn't get high enough, right? Because like to me, I just think that like if you can't turn your mind off, you need something to help you turn your mind off and go into that state of mind where you could turn things off. Because to me at night, I cannot turn my mind off unless I have music playing in my ears and can pull something over my eyes and like literally shut off anything that's outside of me. Well, like my dogs, I have dogs clicking their nails on the floor, walking around. I have like somebody like, breathes in the room and I hear it and I'm up and I'm like, all right, what's this? So no, I need to shut everything off. That's what I'm thinking why I don't ever attempt to meditate.
Do you know that makes absolutely no sense? I need to shut everything off, but I have music going in my ears.
Yes. Wait, you want to know what kind of music it is?
That's a valid point.
You want to know, but no, I've heard this before. There are studies that say that if you play music, even whatever kind it is, if you don't have to predict what's coming up next, it's just a normal thing in your mind that you know what's coming next, your mind shuts off. So if you go and like for me, if I remove the music, which I will tell you, it's Eminem, D12.
What? Yeah, that will just put anybody to
fall asleep to this stuff.
It's on real low. But what I'm saying is, and I'm going to defend this because if you listen to that, and I know I've been listening to it since I was 15 years old at night going to sleep. But if you put, to me, it's if you put something on that predicts what's going on, because if I don't have that, if I'm in a hotel room and I don't have headphones or I don't have anything, I cannot. Yes, this is literally what I fall asleep to, or harder than this. Tech 9.
Okay, no wonder you don't sleep so much at night, because you're literally stimulating your brain when you're trying to go to sleep. So as much as I don't agree with that, you can listen to waterfalls or raindrops or ocean waves or something.
That keeps me awake because it's static noise that I hear and I think, what's next?
There's nothing next.
There is no.
But the point of it is to not know that anything is next.
Nope. I know the rap songs. I know all the lyrics. I know what's coming next.
So
with these rabbit holes.
So we're just I think he's doing it wrong. So with the movement, so like my husband, he works out after work, and it helps clear his head.
How long before bedtime?
And like 2 hours, really.
Good.
So he works out kind of late, and it helps him clear his mind, so then he could have like quality, attentive family time before he goes to sleep, and then it helps him sleep through the night, because when he wasn't working out, he was sleeping horribly. So does that kind of help you? Like, when do you do your movements and workouts?
That worked for him. Yeah. So, and I cannot wake up in the morning and work out. No way.
Yeah,
you're not a morning person.
I'm not a morning person. I can do yoga at night. And so my husband and I, Michael, have been starting to do yoga 3 nights a week. And it helps to calm me down. And it also helps me fall asleep better. No, Joe. Jeez. For the love of all that is good. So it helps to calm you down. I can't go do a CrossFit workout during my work week. I just can't. I did one this morning, and so now like I'm hyped up because oh my gosh, that's a hard workout. But that's to get strong. But yoga's good to stretch and calm down and cool down and then relax. And it usually has some sort of meditation at the end of it too. You got 2 for 1.
There's different yoga workouts as well. Like you can have some that are geared towards strength, some that are geared towards meditation, some that are geared towards stretching, things of that nature. So
ours is definitely more calming and cool down and stretching, because my harder workouts that was my question. At the weekend. Yeah. Because I just can't. I do not ever want to tax myself so much that I don't have energy for my patients during the day. So as much as I would love to go work out in the morning or even during lunchtime, I'm going to exhaust myself. So everyone has to find their own, like,
Right.
so for him, that's awesome because then it clears your mind and allows you to just be there when you need to be present.
Well, because he could finally just turn off work because he just hyper focuses
Right.
on his workout, and then he really has kind of not much left in the tank after that because he does kind of harder workouts.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then he
Gross.
just is able to just kind of relax.
Right.
But
Listen, I'm not the
that.
only
I
one
love
making
that.
innuendos today. I just want to say, but my question, what I want the doc to state is your typical work week, how long you're on your feet, what your typical physical exertion is, right? Because
Mhm.
everybody's job is different. Some people sit at a desk, right?
Right.
Right. So also talk to that a little bit on, everybody's personal development may be different. If I sit at a desk, I'm going to need a little bit more physical personal development than say somebody like yourself, who I know stands on your feet all day and
Yep.
is physically moving and dropping elbows off the top rope onto somebody's back.
False advertising, Joe.
Sorry.
Come on. Okay.
Anyway.
Well, I don't drop elbows, but
It's like
I do
close.
stand all day, and I'm standing. I'm on my tiptoes a lot. I'm on my feet all day, except for when I take lunch break. And the lunch break is important because I have to be able to sit, rest, eat, refuel. And yeah, I'm on my feet 8 to 10 hours a day. So and I'm using my body. I use a lot of upper body because I'm using my shoulders, arms, and hands to adjust people. So it is a more physical job. And for somebody who it might be at a desk all day, you might need something completely different. Like you might need something in the morning or during lunchtime instead of in the evening. So,
I mean, for me, if I during when I'm really busy at work and if it's nice out, I will go out and do yard work. So I'll go and pick all the weeds in the backyard. Or Joe, let me borrow
a chainsaw and go and hack a
and so
thing down
picked
for the
this,
first time with a chainsaw.
This tree or whatever weed, I don't know what it was, but it was something, and we needed to cut it down. So Joe let me use his chainsaw, but
hesitantly,
that
I want to say
sounds
with a big asterisk, there was a very big hesitation, a lot of instructions when the chainsaw was handed over.
But I just feel like because I am somebody that is primarily at a desk throughout my workday, going and doing that physical labor really helps me clear my head, and then I can get back in the game and get back at it if I sometimes just need to step away from my computer for a minute.
Oh, and I'm all for outside, anything outdoors, breathe the fresh air.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. You too, Ken?
That's it. Outdoors all the time.
Yeah.
See,
except in the winter.
It's good for the soul.
I call myself a redneck because I'm cheap. I like to be innovative in the way I find solutions for things, and I just want to spend all day outside.
Which makes you very good at the job that you do.
Correct. Yeah. No, I find yes. But that being said, I just find myself the outside all day is what really classifies me into that, because you don't get a redneck without being outside all day. Then it's just white and hairy or whatever it is.
What?
I don't know. Yeah. I was waiting for that response. All right, so listen, you mentioned eating, and I wrote this down immediately. Eating, some do too much, some too much eating, too little eating. That is a definite personal development aspect that I think that kind of encompasses that. And you said you sit down for lunch, you take that time, you get your food, you take that time to sit down, refuel, right? And that refueling to me is something that is definitely it can be a trigger for good and it can be a trigger for bad for some people, right? So personal development, I also feel is a lot geared, because it's all health. How do we stay healthy? Eating good foods, things like that, and staying fueled. Yeah. So please talk a little bit about that, being a doctor on food.
Yeah, well, food is a huge challenge for me. I love sweets. I was just talking to Michael about this yesterday. I love sweets, so it's hard, but I have learned certain foods that I can have like during lunchtime in the middle of my work days. I will avoid, there are many, many foods that I will avoid now. I will not get heavy pastas. I will not eat a lot of carbs during lunch. And then I
Interesting.
have a certain breakfast that I eat every morning, which my husband helps prepare. I eat the same thing every morning because I know it gives me energy.
Tricks.
Michael, you're a dime
Yeah.
piece. Michael, you're a
His-
dime piece if you're preparing breakfast for your wife.
He's
Dime.
amazing.
Michael, you're a
A
dime.
bowl of
Yes.
Captain Crunch.
Michael, you're a dime, bro. I love you. Go ahead. Yeah.
He's amazing.
So you prepare, you get your food, you know what food you're eating.
Yep.
What about those that are triggered by that food? What did Michael reply?
Mhm.
Get to work, Joe.
Great. Get to work, Joe. I'm at work. Damn it. What about those that are falling into or have fallen into and are in that tough cycle of I got to go out and I have to entertain people, right? My job is to entertain people. Your job is to do sales, right? So people are out in the business world and they need to go and entertain people. So they have to be out having a drink here or there, or providing appetizers, or going out to a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner. And next thing you know, you got 3 full restaurant meals in you at the end of the day. And I could tell you, I like to eat, but I'm loaded after a day of 3 full meals. And I've done it where I've had 3 real, meetings where I have to, I don't have to eat a full meal, but I like to eat. So I do.
You can snack. I thought you only had 1 meal a day. And
One
your
and a
1 meal
half.
a day was
I'd
the
like
big
to
meal.
put it out there. It's 1.5.
1.5.
meals.
Sorry, my bad.
1.5, and then maybe a snack. But no, I have learned to make because I went through insurance. And in insurance, I really loaded myself down and could tell that I was not doing well. And I readjusted. And if I go out, and when my wife and I started this company, I was going 20 hours a day, sleeping 4, getting up, going another 20. I need calories to burn. So I can go and eat. So as we started this business, we ran it. Yeah, I could eat 3. I could go back to 3 meals a day.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, it was great. I loved it. But as I'm now pulling back into the role where I'm not doing that, I'm doing stuff like this. I cannot do 3 meals a day. And I know my caloric intake for the day on what I can do versus what I burn. And so I understand that. And that's where I know where I'm at. So, but those people that don't get that, right? That's the thing that I think has a big influence today on where we're at and those that are out entertaining and doing, right? I got to go to this happy hour.
So how does one get started with personal development? Is there an assessment test they could take online, like a personality test? Or how did you get started in your journey?
I have so many things I recommend.
Or do you have an epiphany
I
one
have
day and go,
so many things. No, because it's not go do all these things right away. And if you tried to do that, you're going to overexert yourself. You're going to overwhelm yourself and you're never going to get there. So it's pick one thing that you want to do. I just started working out at CrossFit again last month. So I've got to do that at least 2 to 3 months before I pick up anything else heavy. And by heavy, I mean it could be a mental heavy, or it could be
creatures of habit. We're
Yes,
creatures of
a
habit,
habit.
right? You got to get,
it's
okay.
habit forming.
Okay.
And I was just I'm reading a book called The One Thing.
Great book, by the way.
Yes, amazing.
Who's the author? Toss
Gary
it out there.
Keller.
Gary Keller.
Yeah. So he talks about habit and forming habit, and you have to have discipline to form the habit. But once the habit is formed, you don't need discipline anymore because it's a habit. Okay. So then it's easier, but you pick one thing. Make a list of the top 8 to 15 things that you want to work on, and order it by the number. What is the number one thing that's going to make me a better person? And let's start that. How do I start that? What is my plan to start that? And then implement that. And you might need it for 66 days. You might need it for 130 days.
Right.
Based on this book, The One Thing, that I read, to form that habit. But then once it's formed, you don't have to force yourself with the discipline to have to do it anymore. It's easy. It's part of your life.
I get up and I make my bed every morning. My wife and I have the bed split because we have different blankets. She likes a big, heavy, fluffy
Dick Van
one.
Dyke. That's great.
She has a big, heavy, fluffy one. I don't like that, so I have a nice and light one. But I get up in the morning. I get up before her. I onto my side, make my side of the bed, and it's all nice and neat and everything like that, right? Like that's what I do. That is one thing that I changed at one point in my life. And you're right. I did it for a little bit, and I just started doing it.
Yep.
And now I get up in the morning, I make my bed, I just fluff it out. It takes 2 seconds. It's done. Then when I go home or at the end of the night or some other time, and I'm like, can't wait to get in bed. I don't have to come and figure out which is the top of the blanket, which is the end of the blanket, which is the top, which is the bottom. Listen,
habits make your life
I
easier.
like my in order. So don't give me that stupid look, Steph.
I am not a bed maker. Clearly. I have everything all set up
That's
the
because
way
you're
I
so
need it.
short that you can fit the blanket every way every way the blanket turns.
Oh yeah.
I go out if the blanket's sideways, I stretch out the end of the blanket.
But I also have
My
like
feet
12
hang out.
pillows on my bed, and they're all set up in a specific way. Like I don't want to move that and have to make my bed. It will ruin the whole comfort of it.
12?
Yeah. I live in a
I
cocoon.
also, Michael will vouch, but I have maybe not 12 pillows, but I do have a lot of pillows.
Wait,
I'll give
really?
you- I'll give you
Pillows
the
are
link.
very important. As a chiropractor, pillows are very important. You
The
need to-
My Pillow, Mike says.
Oh no.
Listen, I have a My Pillow. That's the only pillow I use, and I
Really?
told you about that, Doc. And that's it. That's it. That's the only
I'll give
pillow I
you
use.
this link. Rich wanted to downsize the amount of pillows on our bed, so he got me this. We call it the Tooth, and it's a body pillow that is like a big giant like.
Tooth.
It looks like
You?
a big like shape
A
like
molar?
that.
Oh,
and
no,
it has like
no.
little like divots in it for
Oh,
your, like
he-
if you
no.
want to lay on your side. Like
I know
oh,
Michael
yeah.
would hate that.
I
amazing.
mean, anything. See the dogs. We have 4 dogs. All our dogs know which side of the bed to go on. They don't sleep on my side of the bed. They sleep on my wife's side of the bed
Oh,
with her big giant.
put your animals on
On the floor. Thank you.
please.
See, they're not in my bed.
Do not
because-
let your
but
animals
listen,
sleep in bed with you.
So
Please,
here we are.
right.
Oh.
Here we are dwelling on the quality, the matter of quality of sleep, right? Like I cannot agree so much more with how much the quality of sleep matters.
Oh, I don't
Yes.
sleep a lot. I sleep in like 2-hour spurts. Like, I'll sleep
I
for 2 hours. I get up. I do some laundry. Then I go back to sleep. Then I'll take a nap. Then I'll get up another 2 hours later, and then I'll do some
How
work.
do you
and then
function?
I've just that's just the way I've been
She's
since
I
forever.
short.
cannot
She's short.
imagine.
She's short. That's how she functions.
I cannot imagine.
I've always been that way for like
Really?
as long as I can remember. I've never slept a full night. Like once in a while, like when my body really needs it, I'll sleep a full night. But usually I don't.
I'll tell
Do
you
you
this.
function
Doc.
okay during the
Yeah.
day?
Great.
Yeah, I mean,
She's great.
Wow.
I get texts from her at 3 in the
not text,
morning.
emails.
Emails. You're right.
Texts
You're right.
are inappropriate at 3:00 in the morning. Emails.
Fair enough. You know your boundaries. I get emails. I get some ping in the middle of the night or in the butt crack of the morning, and it's stuff. Sometimes I am awake and I reply because it's either it's more than likely she sends it at like the middle of the morning and I'm up for the day. And I go, all right, I'm up. Well, and I'll reply or come close to it. But I don't think that sleep is ever like nobody can really say they get the best sleep ever because we all have these outside, right? We're all clearly all of us have our own ways of finding our own best sleep. And I can tell you the best sleep I get is when I'm, the dogs aren't on the bed. I can roll over. I go to bed at 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then hang on now.
Yeah.
Listen,
I know.
listen, I put my rap music, but wait, I've been
He's gonna go back to Eminem now.
I've been sleeping in myself for years. So I should know how I sleep. The best sleep I get is if I have headphones on, I can pull something over my eyes. So there's no light, there's no nothing, there's no sound outside because it's not the waterfalls. It's the outside sound. And I happen to enjoy rap music. So I'd rather fall asleep to that. I fall asleep to that. I go to sleep. I can sleep. And I've told you many times because of my shoulders, I don't like to sleep on my back. So I sleep on my side or my stomach. And so because of that, I tend to sleep about 4 hours. So I go from up to bed at 8:30. I wake up at midnight. I roll over. I sleep for maybe another 2 hours. I roll over. I might sleep for another hour or so, if ish, and I wake up. And I'm up.
And as long as it works for you.
You put your girl. Hey, girls, welcome home from school. Get ready for bed. Time for bed.
No, my
get in there.
Well, first off, I don't know any kids. First off, I don't know any kids coming home from school at 8:30 at night. They come home at 3:30.
I know. Yeah.
Well, they're not going to bed right then. No.
We've never had bedtimes in my house, so neither one of my boys had bedtimes.
My daughter is up wandering. My daughter's up. My oldest is up wandering the house at 10:30 at night, and I'm out doing events as well. You both know, all of you know that I'm out still doing events, so I may not go to bed or be home by my normal liked bedtime, but I may come home or be up or whatever, and I walk upstairs, and at midnight, my oldest daughter is out wandering around, and I'm like, how are you doing up? Like, go to bed, kid. And she's like, oh, sorry, Dad. And like wanders upstairs and goes to bed. And I'm like,
I'd whoop my kid. That was
but I could be laying in bed and I hear them moving, or one of the dogs gets out of their bed.
Don't you want to hear, like, if something happens in your house? What if someone breaks in?
Yes.
My kid better be throwing up or having diarrhea. Like, you better be shitting right now if you're up at midnight.
Well, which is why, like, I'm totally like wired now to be way awake when anything clicks on the floor or a pin drops and I'm up. So it doesn't matter.
So one of the things I saw on that list of 21
was hold that thought.
Since we're switching topics,
let's hold that thought, because of course you're listening to 21.6 The Net. This is In the Know with Steph and Joe, brought to you through the financial support of our good friends over at epicmediainc.com. When you are truly authentic, there can be no competitors. With the continued growth of technology these days, it's essential that you have an effective internet marketing strategy in place for your business. Whether you need a custom website designed or help integrating your social media accounts into your business marketing, check them out at epicmediainc.com. All right, we're back.
Awesome. Doc, can you tell us how to get a hold of you again?
Yes, of course. It's Dr. Serena Kleinstub, deerparkchiropractic.com. You can give us a call or text us at 224-848-6003.
Love that. Awesome.
So one thing that I saw on there on the list of things was stop procrastinating. And I know I've been a procrastinator my whole life. So I usually wait till like the 11th hour of the deadline, especially when I was in school. So if that's one of the things that you want to work on in your personal development journey, do you recommend that they start with something like a smaller baby step first before they dive into that, if that's their heavy item that they need to like truly work on? Or
I'm going to say the opposite.
Do you think that
really?
they always dive in?
Yeah. So I love procrastinating as well. And I still do, but I would take what are you procrastinating about? Are you procrastinating about getting started with your goals? Are you procrastinating about your list of 8 to 15 things that you want to improve on yourself on? Or are you just flat out procrastinating about projects with work or whatever that you have to get done?
Yes, all of the above.
Oh, we got a question?
So you should procrastinate on procrastination.
All
right. No, seriously, there's a great book by Mel Robbins. If you know who Mel Robbins is, she wrote the book, The 5-Second Rule. It is an amazing way. It's an amazing way to overcome procrastination. It's called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. You could transform your life, work, and confidence by using.
We're just like a bookstore today. We're just promoting books.
It's a great book.
Yeah.
I think that one of the biggest recommendations, though, like for me, I've gone through a lot of different personal development things and read a lot of books, but it is figuring out what your highest value is. And I have done that through Dr. DeMartini. There's a guy by the name of Dr. John DeMartini, and he was a chiropractor, and now he travels the world teaching people how to get over certain situations in their life, bad things that happen, balance out your life, make your goals, set where you want your life to be. But he has this value determination process where you go through the different 7 areas of your life and you determine what are the top 2 things that you want to focus on. It could be family, social, vocational, spiritual, financial. I'm trying to think of all of them, but he has a process where you go through. But basically what it is everything that you are spending your time, money, and energy on, those are your highest values. And that is where you start your priorities, and you start your procrastination list, and you figure out what it is that you want to implement first.
So when I started a business, somebody smart once told me, you know, like, and now my wife has a very lovely way of describing it. But if I ever didn't want to do something, I would go and say I was doing something, and I would go and do something. And it was what my wife describes as, quote unquote, sorting screws. So I was doing something, right? Like I'm physically doing something, and I'm not procrastinating, because whether it was, you know, unwrapping and unpacking new equipment, or like now it may be sweeping the shop floor, right? Like
You're doing busy work.
I'm correct.
Yeah.
That's the quote unquote busy work, right? Like but my wife doesn't call it busy work. She calls it sorting screws, because I actually do kind of like sorting screws. So you know, by the different sizes and the bolts and the nuts and the different ways they go together and all. But anyway,
That sounds so boring.
to you,
Well,
to
maybe
us
it clears
that
your
really
mind.
like
If that's
like
a thing that
that's
clears
what
your mind.
really it just makes me think of nothing.
Wears his ass out. He's got to get in bed by 8 that night.
Fair, right?
So how long would you say you've been on this personal development journey? When did you implement? How long have you been doing these things? When did you start your first 8-item list?
Oh gosh, the other day.
Oh, really?
No.
Good one, Doc.
I'm
This is why we
making
brought her
another
on.
one now, but I honestly, it started after I graduated chiropractic school, because in chiropractic school, it is a very big deal when you get out that you're taught what you need to know, but you are not taught how to start and run a business from the ground up. So it started then, and in being exposed to school and different seminars and different groups, I lean a lot on my chiropractic group. They're like family to me. I call them a lot and I ask them questions, but it's who do you lean to or go to learn the things like you need to learn.
Keep going.
Do
Everybody needs a mentor.
That, and like I was saying about the John DeMartini stuff, I started that right out of chiropractic school. That's how I found out about him, through chiropractic seminars. And then I found out about meditation through chiropractic seminars. Like there's a chiropractor that turned into a meditation specialist. So there are so many different things that you get exposed through just by going to these professional seminars.
you have
Yes.
like a group of people that you do personal development?
To ask the question.
Well, keep going with
Yeah,
your
keep
stuff.
going.
We'll let the guy in the back wait.
Like, do you guys
Love it.
have like a little group that you guys hold each other? Like, do you share, like, because like I share my
Yes.
my business goals
Good
with
question.
other
Great question.
business owners, and then we help each other hold each other accountable to meeting these goals. Do you guys
Oh, I
do
have.
that like personally? Do you have like a group, or do you hold yourself accountable? Like, how does that work?
Well, it's both. I have to hold myself accountable, and I share my goals with staff, and also I do share it with other chiropractors, and the chiropractors in the particular group that I'm in are world-class chiropractors. These are people that are extremely successful, and I want to model after them because I want to be able to treat people and treat as many people that they're doing. So I want to get advice from the best. So I'm calling them, I'm getting advice from them. I go to every single seminar that I can. I soak up everything, and I used to be a seminar junkie. But then I realized that when I'm going to all these things, like if I don't actually implement what they're telling me to do, then it's not going to work. So
yes, I love that.
I can only
I love
claim
that.
in the past probably year and a half that I've really been implementing what they are telling me to do. But I'm also having to get over the overwhelm of wanting to do it all at the same time. So then I'm making my list of the things and
Thus,
the top
the step by
priorities.
step
Yes.
of change one habit at
Yes.
a time and change
And-
what you're doing.
And
Hey, Ted.
to be told that it's okay. You don't have to get it down all at once.
Yes.
It's okay to focus on 1% of those things at a time and master those and then move on.
Right. As
No.
long as you
What
get
was
that
your
one,
audience
right?
question?
What do we got?
Well, this one's from me.
Oh.
It's
Well, somebody got
Because-
so excited over there.
because I know hundreds of thousands of your listeners are thinking the same thing I am.
Uh-huh.
It sounds great, Doc, but you actually went to school to understand what stress and what things do to your body, and you help people align and deal with that. So it's easy for you to say, oh yeah, listen, I gotta do a little self-improvement because my left hip bone is itchy or whatever. I don't know what you chiropractors do, right? I'm just saying
I love
that
Kent.
that your
I love Kent.
that your entire
left hip
your
bone is
entire
itchy.
passion is how the body operates together, and you actually help people keep that aligned and in balance, right?
Yes.
Correct.
So it's real easy
I'm
for
gonna
us to
speak
sit out here and
loudly for
listen
that one.
to you going, yeah, right on, because
They
this
can't
is what
see
you do
his
for a
gestures.
living, right?
FYI.
So is your husband a chiropractor too?
No.
No.
Does he is he
But he's
ingrained into
lovely.
personal development as you
Yes.
are or more? Yeah.
We honestly, I think that
Mhm.
one of the reasons that we met and came together is number one, God, but no, it was because we are at the same level in our lives, and there's no way that we would have gotten along if we weren't. And we are at the exact same level, and we are moving at the same pace, growing individually, but also together.
Yeah. I was gonna
Yeah.
say they're
Cool.
such a great couple together. I
Aw.
love to see their kids together
So
when they're
great
all
that
playing.
you married us.
Well, we're not throwing that. Well, all right. So Joe Turner also does weddings. If anybody wants to get married, I will
Reach
do
out
so.
to 2160
Reach out,
just put
21.
Joe
Good.
Turner.
Oh, are you
Wedding.
taking a commission on that?
I
Are you
am
gonna do my
now.
scheduling too?
If you're gonna do commercials,
I mean, if you're gonna take my listen, then you're doing my scheduling on that. No, they are really awesome. They just an FYI, they have 4 kids. Michael came with 2 daughters that are twins, who are
So 4.
absolutely awesome girls. What?
So 4.
There are 4 kids.
2 twins
No, 2 girls that are twins. Got it?
with each other.
One set of
One
twins.
set of twins.
Correct.
Okay. very good.
Yes.
2 girls that are twins. And then the doc had 2 boys who are
Not twins.
not twins. They're Spitfire rockets. Like they come on scene and there's
There they are.
bam, and they're
Well,
boys. They're
That's
I
young
mean-
boys.
There's
They're
the-
off and running.
there's
I
the
would like to
family.
take credit for that because I am a chiropractor and they are the healthiest kids that I know.
There you go.
those
They
kids
have
hit
the
ground
most
and
energy.
They're gone running.
Oh,
they're
yes.
amazing. So
Oh,
Good looking.
But-
good looking
yeah.
family. Yep.
So when you said that you were a seminar junkie, now that you've kind of gone on this journey and started implementing these things and seeing how it's helped you personally, and also then I'm assuming that personal development has now made you a better doctor and more attentive and being able to listen to your patients, which has also helped your business. Do you think you would ever do seminars and present like your experience, like a TED Talk of some sort or something?
I've already spoken at some of my chiropractic seminars.
Oh.
I've
So,
gotten
yes.
up and spoken in front of about 500 chiropractors, and I've done that a couple times now. And
wow.
it is,
Do you feel proud of that?
very. And that was a dream of mine ever since chiropractic school. Is I went to those seminars and I would just sit back in the crowd and be like, I hope that I want to be one of those doctors one day. I want to be able to help other doctors grow and lift
Right.
them up
Right.
so that they can help more people. And
You know, a lot of self-development going along that line is not just being able to take yourself, go to those seminars, absorb that stuff, take it to the next level, do it, implement it, right? And but it is to go and take and teach other people to do.
oh yeah.
Right? Like not self-development is not just saying, okay, I'm going to be the best I can be for me, but it's also saying I got to go and teach other people. Thus, Steph and I have this radio show. like this is us reaching out and being able to give to other people. I have R1 owners that call me and say, hey, I got this. They're new owners, and I got this job. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm like, well, bro, you've been doing it for this long. You can do it. You got it, right? And just being that support for other people, like you said, you've done that before.
Well, you help yourself by helping others too. Like a lot of the doctors in our awesome family of chiropractors, they take us under the new docs in the group under their wing, and they're teaching us, and they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart. Like they're not taking money for coaching and anything. They are doing this voluntarily, knowing that our mission collectively as chiropractors is to help as many people as we possibly can get better and healthy. And when you're doing it from that place of heart, love, goodness, like that is how you grow from helping other people. And then the other people, you get to watch them grow too.
Right.
It's like a double reward.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have a question. It's kind of off topic, but what is the biggest misconception about your profession of what service you provide?
That we're going to crack your back.
They're going to drop elbows
that is
off
one of
the top rope. That's the biggest misconception that I just stated
because
earlier, right? Yeah.
There are gentle chiropractors, and there are ones that kind of are aggressive, and some people love the aggressive adjustments and other people stray far from that, and then they don't go to a chiropractor because of that.
And I want you to touch on and kind of tell everybody out there, you've talked about it before, where there's those little kind of pressure point areas, and by pressing on it you could help people determine like if they have like a gastro problem or this problem or that problem. Can you kind of expand on that and kind of let people know a little bit more about that?
So I use a technique called zone therapy, and zone therapy checks for 6 different systems in your body. There's glandular, elimination, nervous, digestion, musculoskeletal, and circulatory. And I check different points of the head to see which one is most stressed, and I adjust each particular vertebrae in the spine to help activate and balance the body out. And there's usually one that stands out, and I'll touch it on the head, and the patient will jump or say that it's tender. And after I adjust them, it's not tender anymore. So it goes to show that your body will heal instantly.
What was number 2?
Number
Glandular?
2 is elimination.
Elimination. That's the one I like, because everybody needs to poop.
And that covers all trillions of cells in your body, and they're all interconnected.
It's crazy.
And then do chiropractors kind of have their own little special niches, like sports therapy or?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there are chiropractors that specialize in only pediatric, just working on kids. There are specialized in sports. There are family chiropractors. There are ones that specialize. There's even ones that are specializing in women's health now. So you can have your own specialty, or you can have an awesome, amazing blended like family practice where you're just seeing a bunch of different
put a group
people
together so my insurance will cover more than one visit a year.
Oh yeah, don't count on your insurance, buddy. Sorry.
Listen, what you got to do is you got to come to the doc, because the doc will totally say, listen, we're going to make it work. We're going to find a way to do it, and we're going to get it right. And Colleen will help out, and they're all going to make it work.
Put a price on your
insurance is not your
That's it.
Yeah.
You can't put a price.
friend.
I could tell you that I'm not going to say prices, but what I'm going to say is I go once a week, and my insurance does not cover it. Right?
Right.
Thank you. Oh, good.
That's
but you had
maintenance
to-
care.
No. My
but you
insurance.
had to marry him. I don't want to have to marry every chiropractor.
I am not getting a discount for a reverend discount. I can tell you that. I may get a little bit longer time on the old vibration bed that I like.
I don't want to hear that.
my
Jeez.
goodness.
What is this is a family show, Joe.
It's
Come
a family chiropractor too, so it's a family
So,
vibration bed.
All of the medical fields that you could have gone into to help people, what made you select chiropractic as your field of industry?
That's a great question.
Yeah, it's a good question. Love it. I started out giving massages to my uncle when I was 14 or 15 years old. in high school. And then it turned into the whole family lining up after church every Sunday. And then when I graduated high school, everyone was like, you should do massage therapy. And so I did. I went to massage therapy, and I just absolutely loved learning about the human body. And from there, I went to college. And when I went to college, I was having terrible allergies, terrible headaches, because you're studying and you're looking down at books all day. So
Mhm.
that's naturally going to happen. But my allergies were so bad. Like, I thought I was going to have to get rid of my cats that I had just gotten. And I started going to this chiropractor, and he showed me an x-ray of my neck, and my neck was straight, but he explained it to me in a way that I had never understood before, that it really is for the whole body. So I had been taking drugs and getting shots and all this stuff for my allergies, and nothing was working. And I did that whole thing for 2 years. And I went to the chiropractor for 4 months, and my allergies went away. And I said, yeah, there's definitely more to it than just neck and back pain. So I started looking at it further.
I can say from myself, I go in and, most people think chiropractic, they think just the spine, even. Right? They really, a lot of people narrow it down to just the spine. But I can tell you, I've had hand issues with my hands. I tell the doc about my shoulders and my elbows, and it's literally the entire upper body where I have just immense pain throughout the night where I can't sleep. And that's why I wake up throughout the night and whatever. And I go in and she'll adjust and do things. And I walked in one day after I'd been seeing her for a while, and she'd been just adjusting my spine. And yeah, my shoulders are just killing me. She goes, oh, hang on, let me see. And I'm like, I feel great. This is amazing.
He's only making those sounds. That doesn't actually happen. Right. You're gonna scare people away. Joe.
No. See, those are similar. Those are similar. I don't know if you guys know, but those are kind of similar to the machine sound.
It was very close to the
very
the widget maker.
The widget maker, right. So, but what I loved is that she said, no, don't worry. Like, oh, you have this issue. Your spine actually is a conduit for everything else throughout your body.
What if somebody has an underproducing thyroid?
Yeah, so that's cervical. It's in the neck area. Yeah. So
your Atlas. I'm gonna call is it the Atlas, doc?
Oh, that's very good. Very proud of you. Nice.
Astute student or adjustee.
Yeah.
Adjustee. I'm an astute adjustee.
C1, the Atlas. It's a little circle bone
that's right.
holds your skull on your spine, and it's a different shape.
Right there. Yep. The Atlas. Like that. That's the one that when I do this and I go, oh, did you hear it?
Don't do that.
Sorry, did you hear it? Like I do that and I crack it. And so
I can't do that.
So yeah, I do that all the time, and I
can't do that.
Oh, there it goes again.
So what does Derek say?
Derek says that Doc needs to use Joe's chiropractic excitement for a marketing.
Right. Yeah.
I could put like a lucha libre on and like jump off of a rope and be like, "Who needs chiropractic work?" Oh yeah.
Here's chiropractic. Here's chiropractic on drugs.
So because you've gone on this personal development journey, and you and Michael have kids that are under the age of 10, and they're going to be hitting those teenage years in the next, 5 or so. Well,
oh, please don't remind me.
Do you feel that? I mean, they're probably, I know what it's like having a teenager in the house and they don't hear anything you say, but do you feel like you'll be able to help them get through those tough years of like their development years
with
giving them some tools to utilize from your personal development journey?
Well, yes, between what Joe just said, because I adjust my kids weekly, sometimes twice a week, but aside from that, I think that giving them the ability to take control of themselves and teach them not to let the outside world control you and control your emotions, that alone, I think will help me raise teenagers.
Question mark.
I can pray, but
question mark.
I
lean on that today. This is recorded. So
we're gonna pull this up and wait. How old are the twins? They're 8. Yeah. So we're gonna pull this up in about another 4.
We'll see what happens.
6 to 8 years. We'll pull this up.
I think it's very helpful for any kid, any age.
And then something I'm dying to know since like the start of the show that you had referenced is
Yes.
how are you reading 7 books and know exactly what's going on in each book?
Thank you. That's why I said it out loud, but you didn't say it and you didn't back me up. You're like, yeah, Joe, what the hell are you saying?
So I just want to know, like, how are you able to, like, do you
personal development?
like how do you do that?
They're
Personal
all none of these books are
Like stories?
fictional. No,
Oh,
absolutely.
okay.
I read no fictional
I'm
books.
the same with you, Doc.
All of my books, yes.
Zero.
All of my books have to do with healing. They're on metaphysical healing. It is the one thing focusing on personal development. It is a book that teaches emotions and the balance of emotions. So love versus hate, fear versus worry, those type of, and it goes through all the different opposites of emotion. It's a wonderful book called The Rays of Dawn by Dr. Thurman Fleet. And so it's all different. It's not like it's all the same topic.
Yeah, but
they're
one
all
book,
very different
but one
topics.
book's going to be talking about like, you know, the dragon goes into this and the guy.
I don't
the
read
knights,
fiction.
No, but what I'm saying is
Right.
they're going to use.
Thank you.
They're going to use an example, and you're going to be like, oh, this example, and then you're going to mix that example with some other book's example. Like to me, if I'm reading 7 books and I start into the chapter 1 and I go chapter 2 and I move on to another book on chapter 2, I'm gonna be like, oh crap, this is chapter 2 of said book that I was reading last time. But like no, 7 books in a row. Like,
don't you have bookmarks?
No,
I use bookmarks.
Yes,
it's a really great
I
thing.
have bookmarks. This guy over in the corner with the green shirt is dying for a question. Yes, from the studio.
So I've gotten through 36 books this year. All right.
Oh,
Wow.
wait. Okay,
That's
okay.
awesome.
Let's
So wait, it's only
one at a time?
3 months in.
Wait, one at a time.
Okay.
I have several at a time, but don't listen, Joe. If you were to open up a book on how to put together a mold sucking machine, right?
A manual,
and
if
then
you
you
will.
opened up another manual on how to drive the little mop machine. Would you get that confused?
Fair.
So you're
fair.
like,
Wait,
so
fair
you're like,
question.
you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm
Hang
working on
on.
the mold machine. Now I'm going to come over here on this machine, and you go, wait, the mold machine said I should do this, but I'm doing this on the mop machine.
Oh, fair question. However, if I were to go from
That's a
the
good
mold
point.
machine to the mop machine, I'm going to have to stop when I switch, and because it's proven that no matter what, when you switch, tasks in a day, it takes time to reintegrate into that task.
But she's
Yes.
not sitting there with all
True.
7 books open at one time, reading one page from each book.
Thank you.
And 10
Yes.
minutes.
Well,
I am not that talented.
But what I'm saying is that I would still have to go back and reread some of that book that I'm picking up if I switch books.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No,
Yes, I would.
you're not.
I go back and I read the title of the chapter that I read last, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. And then I just move on.
I didn't move on.
It's that easy.
It is
For
that
you.
easy.
Yes.
It's that easy.
See,
It's
there
not
you go.
for
Now
me.
you have a project to learn on your personal
All
development
right.
journey.
I am developing my multiple book reading skills, not just one book, books reading skills.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All
There
right.
you
All
go.
right. Let's read ourselves out of here. We're almost
We're close.
Are we close?
Yeah.
Anybody want to tell a
Got
joke?
about 3 minutes.
Oh, I got one more question then.
Oh,
So one of the other things that I saw on that list was making fear your friend. What does that say to you?
Mm.
Oh, I don't like.
I
Well,
love that question.
a lot of people can think that's a loaded question. Are you serious?
Great
We only have
question.
2 minutes left
Great
for that
question.
question.
Great question. Yeah. We can go. We
so-
can go a little bit over.
Making fear your friend. I don't know where you got that from. Yes, you
It was
have
on this
to.
personal development list.
I believe that recognizing fear and not letting it overtake your leap to the next step that you need to go. It's okay to have fear. It's not okay to let it paralyze you.
I was going to say fear for what? Fear for your life? Fear for
Well, it just said that you should make fear your friend.
You know, because some people are deathly ill of standing up and doing a
Oh, we got another
and
question.
being on the radio
Go
live.
ahead, Kent.
So there was a great show on 21.6 Net on Wednesday evening. Two bald guys and Mike who actually talked about fear. Now, the interesting thing is fear can either save your life or it can paralyze you. So it really depends on what type of fear you're after. Because if I'm being shot at and I don't duck, I could die. Right.
Right.
So fear at that point would keep me alive. Right.
Right.
Maybe I'm afraid to drink this poison. That'll keep me alive. So what type of fear are you talking about? So we could really get deep on that.
And that's where I think that like we really have to define, is it a fear of going and speak and go, is it a non-fatal fear?
Well, wouldn't it?
Or is it a fatal fear?
No, it's
right?
about personal development. I would imagine
So
that
it's
none of them have to do
non-fatal,
with
right?
fatal
So it's
stuff.
going up and
Here, this
speaking
is what
in
it
front of
says.
people.
It says to eliminate fear, you have to first be exposed to fear, allow yourself to feel afraid,
Which is not
and
being shot
expose
by a gun.
yourself to it. Once you are comfortable with the ambiguity and uncertainty of the situation, you could start working your way through it in a calm, rational manner.
That's public speaking. That would be like the typical example. Well, no, but the typical example of running your business and doing things is public speaking.
Over on the whiteboard, I've got my rules for success, and you'll see one is we have to practice mindfulness. If you are practicing mindfulness,
did you say number one?
Well, no, it's
number 7.
Number 7.
Oh,
practice mindfulness.
One of them.
So the idea of practicing mindfulness means being present. A lot of times when we're fearful of something, we're out over our skis. So saying, "Oh my gosh, this is probably what's going to happen," and that scares me.
Well,
but if you reel it back into right here, being present right now, you can go, why am I feeling this fear? What am I afraid of? What's happening in the moment? And that's how you can overcome it.
Because fear is based on either something that happened in the past or something that you perceive to happen in the future.
Correct.
Right. I love the idea, though, that because a lot of people say, and let's wrap up with this. I love that a lot of people say, I'm nervous. And I say, well, are you nervous or are you excited? Because the actual physical feelings in your body by science for nervous and excited are the exact same.
That is correct.
It's the way your mind perceives that feeling. So if somebody says, I'm nervous, I say, are you nervous or are you excited for this? If you're prepared, you should be excited. Right? Go ahead, Kent, from the studio.
Nervous is all the butterflies in your stomach are going crazy.
Right.
Excited is all the butterflies are flying in formation.
Oh,
and that's when you got your shit in order. You're pooping a group, right? If you got you're pooping a group, then you know that those butterflies are flying in synchrony, and they're going to do what they need to do. All right, let's close this bad boy out. Doc, please give us your closeout. Who are you? Or do you want to wait till after Kent does his read?
No, you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Again, I'm Dr. Serena Kleinstub. I am with Deer Park Chiropractic. We're in Deer Park, Illinois, back behind the mall. It's deerparkchiropractic.com. You can call or text us for an appointment or go online. Our number is 224-848-6003. I look forward to helping anyone, and I am open to any questions, even if you want to call and just ask about something that might be going on with you right now.
Mike also, there it is. See, you can make online appointments too.
Yeah.
See,
I love my techie husband.
Michael mentioned that, and that was what I wanted you to read on there. So I was signaling to Kent in the green room off the sky. And so, all right, go ahead, Ken. Close us out.
Hey, everybody, thanks for getting caught in the net. This is 21.6. This has been In the Know with Steph and Joe. Of course, personal development might be some of the best development you ever had, and some people may just stay underdeveloped.
All right.
Anyway, come back tomorrow morning, bright and early at 9:30 a.m. for Metaphysical Meanderings with Lana Duncan Hartgraves, followed up with Mary Shep and Living Low Sodium. Thanks again for getting caught in the net. Make tonight a great night. Be good and be good to each other.
Bye-bye.
Bye.